नमस्कार दोस्तों और जय हिंद। आप सभी को स्वागत है इन माय चैनल 1971 वॉर बुक सीरीज। तो दोस्तों, आई होप यू हैव सीन द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द वीडियो where Mr. Parvez Chowdhury talks about his traumatic experiences of losing his father, his two brothers, and being tortured by the Pakistani forces. In the next part of this video, he will be talking about his experiences of escaping the town of Lalmonirhat and moving to Dhaka, almost like a refugee in his own country, at that time East Pakistan. Also, he was one of the very few lucky civilians to have witnessed the surrender of the Pakistani forces to the Indian Armed Forces and the Mukti Bahini in Dhaka city. He was present in the city at that time. So let's hear about the rest of his experiences from Mr. Parvez Chowdhury himself in our part 2 of the video regarding his experiences as a direct victim of the 1971 war.
And I understand the person who was holding my feet with his boot, he is a police constable, Bihari police constable. So, at one time, in the evening, just before evening, they hand over us to the Biharis. And I know one person whom I see in the hospital, the relative of that Ziyarat Ali Khan, his brother. He was well dressed with a wristwatch, and he was the leader of killing. And then, so we request the. And when they bring us from the home, I saw another Punjabi guy who was wearing salwar and kurta, who was a military intelligence Habildar, works in Sayyidpur. You remember we were Sayyidpur in 2 years, 68 to 70. He always used to come to my father's office to get information because my father sent a report, everyday report, right? He was in DIB, District Intelligence Branch. So the military intelligence Havildar used to come every once in a week to our house because the front room is his office. So we know him by face, don't know his name. We never ask his name because that is not our concern. And I saw him in the outside of the house standing, and we thought he knows us, so we can get help from him. But he did not look us face to face. He turned his face, and he has a stake baton, and I relate whole thing. He crossed this a long time ago. He went to Upyard colony. He sent messenger to the POP. And nobody gave this information to my father. He was a military intelligence guy. He did his job well and done. So when he was also torturing, I said, no way, we cannot get out. But when they're handing us to the, they can hold us in the thana, in the jail, no problem. But when they're handing over us to the Bihari killing group, all Biharis are not involved. Some are involved. We said they will kill us and brutally kill us. If you kill, shoot us. Like my father. Shoot us, that is. But don't do that the way you think. So he requests, but it was not human. They tie us with a rope and walk away from the thana. But my brother, cousin brother, and Abul Hasnan and the railway guard, Belayat Hussain, was old and he could not walk also. So we holding each other like this and they are pulling us. A lot of Biharis are watching this story. Nobody come for help. And they took us behind the Sayyidpur or the Lalmonirhat High School, which is a government school now. There is a ditch, pond. It's a ditch, marshland. And when we went there, there was a food go down, civil supply. They used to put supply, big bricks, food go down, red color. Behind that ditch, behind that food go down and the school and the ditch, we saw some dead body. And then they started killing one by one. In front of me, the railway guard fallen down and he was killing. And that Hyder Ali, his name, brother of that Ziyarat Ali, he was killing him by hand. And another few people are guarding us. On the right, left side, there's some opening, some field, and there was road called Kalibadi Road.
Okay.
There was a Kalibadi, 200 years old Kalibadi, and beside the Kalibadi, there's a mosque also. So me and my elder brother, with an eye flick of a second, and we started to run because they removed the rope, and on that run, I survived miraculously because opposite of the Kalibadi, there are some small stores, small, so line of store. I hide on a store, but they are following us. They run straight, and I am hiding here. They couldn't see me because my younger brother, cousin brother, was injured. He couldn't run. Some grabbed him and busy with him. So possibly he was killed on that place. But my elder brother, Tufail, was running. He was tall. He was 6 plus, lean and thin body. He was tall. He ran. So he got caught after. So I survived, and then I took lot of story there. Make it short. In the night, I changed the shelter, and then after 10:30, I get up and I saw some fire on my house area, on my neighborhood. I thought my mother is still there, my younger brother is still there. What should I do? From here, the Indian border is 6 kilometers, Mughal, and maybe my brother escaped to Mughal because he knows the road. He went there. So I have to escape. But before that, I want to see my mom, what's happening there. So I plan. I took a scarf, big scarf, dirty scarf, and I walk in a different route, in a kacha road, and some barn jute go down. Jute go down. The jute was burned. So, and then first I reach. There is a lot of things happen here. I found some Biharis talking in front of the mosque. I dubbed them. Somehow I crossed. I can speak Urdu. Sky was cloudy, and sometimes moon is coming and cloudy. So I'm taking that opportunity. When it is cloudy, I go another 100 meter, and then again I am hiding, and then I reach the not Bihari colony, railway colony, mixed, mostly Bengali, but Constable Kamruddin also lived in the colony. So I knocked the door. He was very surprised, and he took inside. I want to know what is about my mom. He said that after that, the neighbor came and rescued your mom and small brother. The neighbor are Bihari business people, rich business people. They live in a joint house. So I write a small note that we escaped, to file gone to India, possibly Hasnat also, which is totally lie. So he took it to that house, and after half an hour he come back and he said that your mom asked you to go that house. I was scared. I said, did my mom give any written thing so that I can see that my mom handwriting? I know. No, he didn't write anything. I was in limbo. What should I do? Then he took me. He took his revolver. No lantern in the dark. Come with me, inshallah. If I am there, you will be there. So it was another 5 minutes walk. I reached their door. When I reached, I was injured. My eyes was blocked, left side. I couldn't see. My head was injured, and definitely I have injury on the back. So my mom took inside. I took shower. That is the rescue, second rescue. Now I was doubt if the Bihari family can protect us. After shower, they bring food, and there was 3 brothers live in that house. My father knows their father because he's a businessman, wholesale businessman, grocery wholesale businessman, and he have 2 arat. We call arat wholesale. Like he don't sell kg wise, he sell buggy wise, wholesale business. He supply to the retailer. So my father, as a police officer, knows him very well. They knows. So those brother also knows by my father, and their mother also alive, living with them. widow also living with them. I called her as a dadi, grandma. Elder brother has two children, younger has one, and one children of the elder brother was around 10 years, 8 years old, 8 to 10 years old. He used to come to our room. They give us their one of their daughter's room. Their daughter was married. One is married in Sayyidpur, where we were. One married in Rangpur. So their married family, my father knows them. So when they know, before the thing happened, in January, that we came from Sayyidpur, the grandma was very accustomed because we are coming from her daughter's sasural se aa hai. Huh? And we know that family. They are also business people, but we know that in the inside. But we don't know the Rangpur family. The younger one was married to to Rangpur, and my father's 60, almost 16 years gone on Rangpur area. So they very kind. They were very sorry. She was crying. Two brother, the elder one came. He was not that much educated, but the younger one, middle one was little bit education. And they said, so sorry, we couldn't do anything. But what can they do with the military? I was there in that house almost 30 days, and they treat us very well. Again, I am telling, all the people, either Bengali, either Bihari or Madrasi, not bad. Only few people are bad. That's why thousands or million people suffer. Because the Ehiya Khan, million people suffered. Because the Bhutto, million people suffered. That doesn't mean that all the. Now, here is the on. We have a relative, my mother's cousin brother, in Rangpur, in petrol company. He works in a petrol company. It's called Burma Eastern. Shellwell. Shellwell. He was a quite high official there, area manager. And in the petrol pump, I saw, tell you before, in the Lalmonirhat, he also knows him very well because they have the petrol department. But we do not have any contact with him. In the middle of the May, one of the father's previous bodyguard of Kurigram, who left 68, came as a refugee in Lalmonirhat. Because by that time, when the Nawazes lose Tista, back off through the Kurigram or Kaligunj, one party moved to the north, one moved to the east. And some of the Bengali EPR did some atrocity. I agree that. And they tortured some Bengal, Urduwala, some business people living. And with scared, survived. His name was Abdul Hai. Abdullah's family survived and they came to Lalmonirhat. And he heard about us. He came to see us. When he came to see us, my mother proposed that Abdul Hai, you know his name was Inayat Rasul. You know Inayat Rasul of Burma Istanbul? Yes, I know. Can you contact with him and can you help us to go to Rangpur? At this time, the train is not running, but we will do something. The next day, he bring the Burma Eastern agent to us. He was an educated person, very well dressed, nice person, very shy. When he came, he said, "Chaudhary Sahab ka family aisi hua, main to nahi janta." I know Inayat Rasul. My father's business I am doing. So he said, I will go. When the train first run, I will go to Rangpur. Then the Kamruddin also say, I will accompany with you. We will watch what is the situation. Then when it is safe, we will take you to Rangpur. Then Dadima said, Mera do ladki bhi hai. One is Rangpur, one is Rangpur. We don't know any news. So the middle son will go accompany with you to Rangpur. Okay. Now there is 4 people will go to Rangpur. The middle son, the Burma Eastern Oil Depot owner, Kamruddin and Abdul Hai. The 2 person only knows that the Burma Eastern guy and that Abdul Hai. So they went. but they cannot. They failed. The first try was failed because military put embargo, restriction, security, because it was on 29th. They tried 29th of April. They try, yes, the train is open now to go to Rangpur and we will go tomorrow. But and we are crossing our finger that, oh, if they go to Rangpur, at least something will get. But the news came false that no, they are not going because there was some senior officer is coming to Lalmonirhat, so the restriction is there. First of all, I thought whether they are telling lie to me. But on the 30th of April, I heard the sound of helicopter. Then I realized somebody senior coming, possibly Niazi himself may be coming. Who is coming with the helicopter? Not a captain, not a major.
Maybe a brigadier, major general, something like that.
We stay in the daytime. We stay in the home in the room. We don't get up. Only in the night I go to the washroom, take shower. But my mother and my younger brother have access to the courtyard. They can go
So
because my mother help in the.
um, if it's okay with you, like you were tortured, I mean, after your father was killed, and it must have been a really horrendous time for your family. You must have suffered a lot. Um, like, how did you cope up with all of that during that time when your were being threatened with such a loss, or loss of your cousin brother as well? I'm just
Thank
sitting here
you.
and I'm
Thank
imagining
you for
like it must have
understanding.
been horrendous.
Thank you for your understanding. Now, on that day they came back, and I heard that they didn't lie to us. Next, they try again, and successfully they came back, and they informed that your uncle or Mr. Inayat Rasul was horrified to hear the news, and he begged to rescue us anyway. So they planned that they will do these things after the young second brother come back from Sayyidpur. So the second attempt was taken that on 6th of May we will travel. But again, trouble starts. On the night of 5 and 6 night, there was big firing exchange. It's a battle going on nearby of Lalmonirhat. Every day night we hear the sound of machine gun. Who is firing, we don't know. On that things, there was some mortar failing far away. Then says something happened. Our Nawazesh or the EPR police guy didn't left. They are here. We have some hope. Hope also we got when we are alive. My brother was alive. He came back from Gitalda on 7th night, and he said that tune the Indian radio, All India radio, Kashyang. You know Kashyang radio? Kashyang radio, mostly local radio. But the news transmitted from Delhi to from Calcutta. So we always used to get the Kashyang to get better reception. On 10th April, I remember, I will never forget, around our Bangladesh time, 10 night, because it is night, we are going to sleep, but we don't sleep. Very low volume, we hear the radio. The radio in Bengali says, now the Prime Minister of Bangladesh will give the speech. Prime Minister of Bangladesh, so they are alive. I hear his voice on a meeting, public meeting, so I recognize, but the person who give this message, I don't recognize him. Yeah, then it says Tajuddin, and I recognize the voice. Well, Tajuddin is still there. He's not dead. And they form a government. But it's in Kashyang radio is still in the morning. All India radio from Delhi, Akashbani, Kolkata transmit the same verse again. So most of the people think that government is formed on 11th April. It's formed on 10th April with objection from Sheikh Muni, the nephew of Sheikh Muni.
No, we also know it's
The objection of
10th
Sheikh Muni.
April.
It is formed. The story is quite funny. Sheikh Muni was continuously opposing, but the recorded message was already taped, and tape was given to the BSF chief, Golok Majumdar. and he rushed with a jeep, gone to from Shiliguri to Karshiang, and
Golok
he left.
Majumdar,
The
right?
driver left. Golok Majumdar. Golok Majumdar. Then the person come back to Golok Majumdar. They said, "Stop the transmission. Stop the transmission." Well, the cassette is already gone. You cannot stop it now. And if you stop it, the confusion will arise more. Let it go. And then says, "Let it go. It's okay. Forget it. What we can do now?" So that was this fluid situation when lot of important decision taken. So we got some light on the tunnel, but two of us already finished. Now,
Because I think so
on
Pakistan was also trying to control information, so they didn't let.
Pakistan did some mistake or many mistake. When you do mistake, you do lot many mistake. That is another part. But on 17th of April, I missed the transmission from Akashvani. In the night, I heard the record of that oath-taking ceremony happened inside Kustia, Mujibnagar, what is called now. That government also, ministry also take oath inside Bengal, Bangladesh. I missed the daytime. In the night, I hear that, and it was very giving me moral boost. I lost my brother. I am not sure because I didn't see their dead body. So still we are hoping that they are in India. My mother is still 16th or 17th, 18th December. She was waiting for those people that they might come back. They might come back. But now, on May 6th, they cancel it because of that skirmish happened in between Mughal and Lalmonirhat. There was a small breeze which was protected by the militia, not by the soldier. You know, the plane came, they didn't bring the regular soldier. They bring some Pathan with salwar kurta, black salwar kurta, militia. And they knows to run all weapon. LMG, machine gun, Pathan, Pashtu, Afghani, they knows everything. So they are killing part, but also they put as a guard duty of the important place, vulnerable place, breeze. So the EPR and police try to attack them, and there was some death both sides, and that was create anger on Pakistani soldiers, and they started again burning village, burning thing. So our program is cancelled. We are deserted. The next time we decided on 13th of May. So these two dates are very important for me. 13th of April, 1st of April, 4th of April, 13th April, 13th May. 13th May around 9:30 we get out. Our grandma give us some food, lots of meat, lots of paratha, but meat I don't like. So what is happening? On 13th we board the train, and the train no passenger, no civilian passenger, only the railway worker, some soldier, and the train is a steam engine. In front of the steam engine there is an open body cargo train, which is open and put with lots of sandbag to put weight because afraid of mine. The second one is open roof, half this side. It usually carry stone, boulder, this side. So that we can see that helmet only and the gun, but we don't see. But I don't go to see all that part. Leave it there. Before we board on the train, when I are coming to the station, we have to follow the long way and near the hospital. Because the overbridge is blocked, they put a machine gun post on the overbridge. And I saw the hospital. I didn't turn my face, just looked at lots of bullet hole on the red building. Fresh bullet hole. They started to do like this. So I was scared. We was checked. They check us, and the checker was a Pashtu. He don't speak Urdu. He don't anything. Checker. So he saw the Kamruddin, who is a pious man, bearded man. I put a topi, cap,
Right.
who looks like a Bihari. My dress was the youngest son of the. I said there are three brothers living. The youngest was a college student, similar to my brother Said. His dress goes, and the Bihari culture, the dress I changed, I don't have. So I put his dress. My mother used a burqa of their mother, black burqa, and the younger brother doesn't need anything. He's always there. The reason I put the two cap to make me Bihari and to cover my injury. My mother cut the hair and put some bandage over there. So injury is not recovered yet. So that injury was covered by the trip. So they look about our luggage. My mother to try to take the steel trunk of my father. Where is a revolver there? Where is the two revolver there? I put it there. My mother no no because I rescue both of the revolver and bring the Bihari's house in between. With in that Bihari house there was two another young Bengali guy who was taking shelter. They were the employee of their grocery store. Bengali, but they are employee. Their family live in the village. So I got some moral that they will save us because they are also giving rescue to them. So we are also be there. They help us. They didn't give us any trouble. They respect us. I wrote a book. In that book, I write what I see, the environment, what I see. No people are around. In the station, is a busy station. It's totally barren. And then I crossing the paddy field. No farmer working in the paddy field. Not a single farmer. Usually they do plowing, they do something. No. In the Mahendranagar station was intact, but behind the station, the store, one sweet businessman was a Hindu, and that is totally burned. Other store also burned. That means the going on. I saw some village are burned to the ash. No people. No people I see anybody. When I entered to this junction, I saw the effect of the battle. I saw the steel water tank, big overhead water tank, which supply the water to the station, to the train also. Usually from the train on the top, there was a water pipe and the rubber hose they supply. The hydrant, which supply the water to the engine. Steam engine need water. And some train overturned, so there are some. And in the station building, one room is totally gone because these all are from mortar.
Mortar fire.
Mortar. I will, if I have time, I will tell you this Air Force, Pakistani Air Force. There was a fighting between pairs in the Air Force, between Yahya Khan and the commander of Dhaka base. And the Dhaka base commander was arrested and he was taken back for court martial. Tough job. He didn't support this Operation Searchlight, and he didn't. Yeah, you got it. The thing, he left Bangladesh without any plan. Yes, I salute him. I always salute him. I have a post about him. Zafar Masood, Admiral Hassan, and Lieutenant General Sahibzada Yaqub Khan. All three, we salute them. They left the opposite. There are some good people there. Now, when I come Tista, I see this side, and all four are guarding us. My mom in the other side, I'm on this side, and one is here, two is here, and the whole train is mostly empty. Other than the worker, they get out. And when you cross the breeze, again we have search. But search is just they come out, they gone on. Two militia, one soldier. The soldier can speak Urdu and can speak Pashto. He can explain all this. In future, they will take over the whole thing. And on the east side of the breeze or north side of the breeze, heavy machine gun was, anti-aircraft gun was written there. And the Bihari, the Burma Eastern guy, Samsuddin, his name is Samsuddin. I forgot his name is there. Anyway, I have a book here, Bengali, but
I've seen this.
And it's
I've seen
okay.
this many times.
So,
Yeah.
thank you very much. So, what is happening? So we cross, and he was very proud that look, kitna bada gun lagaya hai, kitna bada gun lagaya. Nobody see this type of gun. Huh? Anti-aircraft gun is there, and then we cross, guard in the breeze on the other side, and again anti-aircraft gun. So this bridge was very important for the whole part of eastern side of Kudigram and Lalmonirhat and all these things. Now this is two districts now. We came to Kaunia junction, and it was waiting. One mail train come, one mail train gone, and in between then there was again shouting. And for a flicker of a second, I saw one old guy with a beard and one young Bengali guy was taken out, and then heard the dung, dum, bum. That means those two were killed. So that was sad. And they closed the window so that nobody can see. We cannot see that. Rashly closed the window. And after another 20 minutes, this train also ran. And the food they offer, I couldn't eat because the meat I don't like. Those are looted meat, looted cow, looted goat from the villagers. So I didn't eat. So we came to Rangpur, and from then I was rescued. My mama, my mother's cousin, he came with a Volkswagen, small car, Volkswagen car, and we rescued there. And I was there for another 2 3 months. I was there till August 11. August 11. My mother and my younger brother moved to Dhaka because they were less dangerous for Pakistan. So they sent me with the government transport, not the rail. When the district commissioner have a vehicle supposed to go to Dhaka, and one of the guy was a magistrate of distinct relative, and he confirmed that there's two seats, and my mom and gonna go, but I cannot go. So I have to stay because the situation is not good. So I left on August 11. The date I remember, I correlated all these things. In that house, we have lots of discussion what the future. Either we will die or we will survive. But by that time, by the Shadin Bangla Betar Kendro and by the Akashbani, BBC, Voice America, we hear the positive sound, news. There is something going on, even if it is in India. People are getting trained, action is getting inside the guerrilla warfare, and the government is doing something. On 9th August, in the night, we heard that India and Russia make the treaty in Delhi. Bingo, the trump card is done. So the senior who were coming and living with us, some of them are university graduate, college professor, and magistrate, and my uncle, who is a divisional manager, area manager of Burmeston. They all are educated people, learned people. I have frustration. I become angry. I become rough. But they always try to keep me calm, keep me calm. So why it is taking so much time? India can come and join with us. So Pakistan is India's enemy. They should, things doesn't go like this. Pakistan did something in hot-headed. And we are not doing in hot-headed. The things are going positively. And that was in the night after dinner. There is a lot of discussion about that treaty, that final seal-up. China will not bother us. America will not bother us because the big power is with India, means big power is supporting Bangladesh freedom. So on August 11th, we got another empty van, 11-seater van, which belongs to Department of Information. Department of Information under the Rangpur District Commissioner. And this van came, unload, and will go back. So we 11 people, including my mama's family and other people, including me, I reached in Dhaka on 11. Oh yeah, I mentioned that in Kaunia, another two guys was killed in front of me. I came to Dhaka, and then I joined with my mom, my younger brother, my two sisters, and one of my elder brother, the eldest one, was in Pakistan, Air Force. He was a flying officer at the time. He also escaped because one of my uncle was working.
I mean,
He was a CSP.
one of your elder brothers was a flying officer in Pakistan Air Force.
Yes, yes.
He must have
And he was,
defected, I guess.
yeah, he defected. He actually, from Pakistan, you cannot defect. You take a leave, come to Dhaka, and then you defect. He came to Dhaka on 8th of August
Okay.
and joined with me, and we got shelter in such a peculiar situation. That house also sheltered the Mukti Bahini guerrilla.
Okay.
So one room was totally locked. Nobody can go. Only some people can go. I'm not allowed there. So because that room has a very beautiful Akai music set. Akai music set. Very at that time, living in a mofussil area
Yeah.
without electricity, and that sound was quite interesting. From 1970, I came during my elder sister's marriage time, and this house is a upper class of Dhanmandi. And the owner of this house was a minister during Sarwardi time, 56, 57. He was Pakistan Central Industry Minister. So you know that setup was very higher class. And in that house, two of his sons is Mukti Bahini. One was injured. One was injured in Sylhet. One was in outskirts of Dhaka called Sabar. He was working on that. And his friend used to come here, take rest or take money, hide arms. So it was like this, cat and mouse game. And also some Muslim League leader come here. My uncle was a politician. And that is good shelter. I write in my book also about that.
I mean,
And the
your uncle
lady and
was
the
Muslim League politician, right, sir?
no, he was Awami League politician.
League.
That's why he was with Sarwar. And then, because he was the minister of Sarwardi government,
Okay, okay,
so he was the founder member of Awami League,
okay.
Awami Muslim League, then Awami League,
Like from
Awami Muslim
League,
League,
Awami
then
League
that
formed
was
up. So, I mean,
yes,
he was there during the Awami
yes,
League.
Awami League split, Awami Muslim League,
Okay.
then they cut the Muslim Awami League,
Right, right,
and
right.
then Awami League divide. The Bhashani get out,
Right, right.
Sarwardi remain. Bhashani didn't like Pakistan to go to NATO. Pakistan was a member of SEATO, which is identical of NATO. So Bhashani protest and he get out. Then at that time in 1970, 71, my uncle was not doing any politics because Bhashani didn't take the election, so everything is fault. He was also old. But the house we use is a some kind. And the upper part, second floor of the house was rented to the United Nations. During the cyclone, lots of United Nations relief organization came and they took it. And one German gentleman was living, but his family is not there. They left to Hong Kong. Because of that United Nations flag, this house is somehow covered. We don't know that on the bottom first floor something is going on.
Okay.
So we are taking because on the front there is all the white jeeps, white trucks, or relief trucks, white with United Nations mark. So it was quite a good cover. But it didn't last long. In November, they had to change because some people already marked it and watching it. We understand. But then they moved to another house in November, which his son don't know. His son was a guerrilla fighter. I can provide the photo. He was in Sabar area. He don't know that they moved. So I write about that house, the situation till to 16 December or 18 December. So 16 December I was in Dhaka. I was moving in the city. And in Dhaka there was no riot. No Bihari riot. Only few killing incidental. Those are spontaneous things happen. But it was managed. I salute Indian Army. They protected Pakistan Army well and good. And they follow all the gentleman's rule. They convention, they follow the gentleman's rule. I entered Dhaka cantonment on 19th to take my mother and my family for a shelter. Because now here too many people, they are moving to their own house. Where we will go? We came from Lalmonirhat. We take shelter from several places. Then my elder brother, who was in the Air Force, he said there is lot many houses empty in cantonment. Go and find it out which is suitable. Take your mom and younger sister. I will meet you over there. So I found a house in cantonment which is called Ken Bazaar, the civilian area. Beautiful, nice house, two-storied house. The bottom story is fully furnished without any utensil, but it furnished. The curtain is also there. I don't know who is the owner, so I took my mom over there. And then I observed By that time, the Group Captain Khandakar, who was the second in command of Bangladesh forces in Calcutta, he also moved to Dhaka. He asked to join everybody who is there. So my brother joined on 18th. 18th, he came to the meet with Khandakar, and everything on nothing on pen and paper. All order on the barber. You go this, you go do this, this. Look at the airfield. There is a petrol tank, fuel tank. Anytime it can blow, people are looting everything. It's damaged. There is a bomb damage there. Can you protect some of this? So he give him provost marshal, Air Force Police, and a jeep. That's a good deal. He got a jeep with provost marshal Bangladesh Air Force temporarily, though he was not in provost duty before. So he took me in the jeep and put me in the tent. Go and find it out, and I will meet with you. And I found a nice house, but he didn't meet with me. I went by the bus. The Dhaka city was moving very normally. The city bus was running. During the waiting in the bus, I was waiting in the cinema hall of the Garrison Cinema Hall, people say, and behind that there is a golf field, Kurmitula golf field. In the golf field, I see lots of Pakistani officers standing, and that's the time on 19th of December,
That
the
was the
officer
second
are surrendered.
ceremony.
No, it's not. On 16th, it was done on the pen and paper.
Right.
Because Monek Shah, over the radio, give this order, all Pakistani keep their personal arms. You can keep your revolver or a SMG or a small arms. You can keep, the soldier can keep their rifle to protect them. Not until, message have this, if you can collect these things from Air India, that all Pakistani soldiers who surrender, keep your arms, personal arms with you until enough Indian soldier come to protect you. Because on 16 December, not an Indian officer was there, Indian soldier was there, only the officers. Even some of the officers left their soldier 5 kilometers away, and whatever transport they got, they come here to be in the greatest event of Indian history, surrender of Pakistan. I want to be on the picture. I want to be on the scene. All the generals, even some colonel, brigadier Clare, he was Indian. He left his soldier in Koilarkoi, and he boarded on a bus and he came. Because it is the event which I must be present. So even Major General Gandharv Singh Nagra, he was not a hero. By chance, he became the hero. When the Gurbakh Singh was injured in Jamalpur,
Then
he was in the hospital. Gandharv Nagra here, and Gandharv Nagra came to Mirpur, what is that, Mirpur breeze, and said, I am here. And he became the hero. That was a kind of humiliation. Like, फिर भी यहीं आओ, मैं फोटो खींचेंगे, तुम सरेंडर कर रहे हैं ना, मैं फोटो खींचेंगे. This photo will remain in the Indian, they, years after years, to their generation, to their great generation, these photographs. So some people don't have that lucky or not lucky. They are not there. Gurbakh Singh is not there. Nobody knows him, right? So when I entered to the cantonment, which is called presently Jahangir Gate, at that time we called it a third gate. All Pakistani are moving around. They are carrying a bucket of water, or somebody carrying ration. Are they not confined? They can flee. My brother said, no, they will not go. They will not flee, because if they go outside, they will be killed. If they go outside, they will be killed. Yes, because Indian soldier don't have any personal anger against Pakistani soldier. So they are professional soldiers. They were ordered for fight. They did fight. Some of them died, give their life. Some of them injured. But when the war is finished, they speak same language, Punjabi. They do the same joke. They laugh with the same joke. And that's really happened. And we are become angry. Why they are laughing with each other? ऐसे कहते हैं, अरे कैसे दोस्त तुम लुधियाना का, मेरा घर भी था लुधियाना, मैं तो लाहौर में पढ़ाई लिखाई करते थे. I was in that school. Oh, I am not in that same school. Right? So this is the thing. Language is the fundamental rule of communication of a culture. If somebody says, I'm a Punjabi, nobody asks whether you are a Muslim or not. Nobody asks in the first question, you are East Punjab or West Punjab. So they took care of them. They were scared in the beginning that if Bengali kill a single Pakistani, it will be the burden of Niazi. No, burden of Jacob, burden of Aurora. And this burden will be carried out. All these things happen. I was quite wondering that this Pakistani soldier, mostly officer, were confined in the Shaheen school. In the gate, there the Shaheen school is for Air Force children. In the Shaheen school, they are living. The officers are there, and cantonment area is not allowed for Bengali soldier. Bengali soldier, he was a colonel Khalid, Shafiullah.
Shafiullah.
He was posted Major Shafiullah, but he was promoted during the war to colonel, and his unit was 2nd Bengal, was allowed to stay in Sarwardi Uddan with a tent. Open field, center of the Dhaka, open field. They stayed in the tent. Pakistani soldiers, some Indian soldiers living in the cantonment, and they don't need any guard. They need guard to protect them, so that no mukti, nobody can come and make a mess, right? So they were also carrying weapon, and finally India tried to remove them as quickly as possible. It was a big task. Whatever the transport, either rail or rail was not functioning, most of them transported by the boat, steamboat from Narayanganj or
Narayanganj.
Khulna from there. Yes. So, and you see the interview of an Indian officer. We are scared for them because their life is danger because of the Mukti Bahini. They also have the arms. So, this was done. On 18th of December, I saw an horrific thing because I was moving in the Dhaka city. What happened in Dhaka Outer Stadium? I do not want to mention this. Maybe you know that.
Qadir Siddiqui
The
case, sir.
Mukti Bahini, Kader Siddiqui. So you know that. Those picture was circulated in that night, same night, all over the world. And Indian army was blamed. Indian government was blamed. So the Indian army,
This
who was
also
taking
mentioned
care of
in
Dhaka,
our side as well. In
Brigadier
our
Clare,
Brigadier Clare's book,
yeah,
that this happened.
Brigadier Clare took up, and he immediately asked one Bihar regiment who was stationed in the university area, go immediately to guard Mirpur and Mahmudpur. So they took over to guard, not to check. They didn't check any arms. They didn't check any hidden Razakar. They guard, protect, and Mahmudpur and Mirpur area. On the other hand, in India, military arrested 2 Indian soldiers. They are soldiers watching the story. They didn't took part, but they were watching, and they were court-martialed. That is one thing. So they did that. Either they suspended for without pay for something, but they did not do anything for Qadir Siddiqui because it is not their concern.
He
It is a
escaped to
political
Tangai,
issue.
I guess. He left Dhaka
Yes,
for Tangai.
he did a good job. He did a good job, but this is an idiotic job. If you are brave, why you do this?
Right.
You lost your braveness. You did a cowardic job. You did a cowardic in front of the camera.
Right.
Killing Pakistan. There was one in 80s, beginning of 80s. I have one picture of Life magazine or Times in Iran. There are around 8 people tied hand, folded, and shooting. That is not good. That is not good. So, torturing, I always against of it. Without any arms, you cannot torture. You can interrogate. You can take the other way to get the information. And with torture, the information you get, most of them are vague. Sometimes I agree. Yes, I have. Yes, I do. They give us a window from 11 to 12. and we passed that window. That 11 to 12, they will not disturb us. Now, that's and we. This is the cantonment house was the 13th, number 13th shelter
Okay.
from Lalmonirhat, the Bihari house shelter, then Rangpur, then Dhaka. We change every time we change the shelter, and then again from here we found out that a Bihari owner building. He was a military contractor, rich man. Munir Khan, his name. He came in the March and asked us, request us to buy that house. And we heard that there was some high exchange
Second
of
Bengal
fire
went in, I
between.
guess, with police.
Yes, one lieutenant was killed, so you know that.
Second lieutenant
And
is
why it is happened? When he left, he was living in a government quarter, So we moved to another house, which was also vacant. Owner is a Pakistani Air Force guy living in stuck in West Pakistan. In 74, he come back and he said that he do not want to continue his service because he was a senior than Khandakar. He was a group captain. We stay in that house till June of 75. June of 75. We didn't get anything from the government, neither we asked anything from the government. On March 84, my brother get married. So he's now supposed to get a house, but not that. On July 75, he got a house in Pallavi, again in Mirpur area. He get a house, small house. So we moved there. And then August, Sheikh Mujib was killed. At that time, my brother was in Russia for training. He was not in Dhaka or Bangladesh. He was in training. He came on 75 December. So he joined with us. But I was in the university by that time and finished. I was a student of Adamji College, finished. But we do not have our own house. Or we do not ask the government to give anything. We know that it's a million deal or thousands of deal. So we didn't ask them for anything. And then when it happened that I finished my university and joined in the tea garden, tea plantation.
okay.
In the tea plantation, there was some person also killed, but not much. Most of the laborers are killed. Laborers are not Muslim. You know that. They are from South India, from Tamil, from Odisha, from
Those places.
Jharkhand, this area. Like in Assam, same thing. And there I meet some other family, and I meet the family whose father was also killed in the war. We got married, and then I learned about the full history of my father-in-law, whom I never see. So I investigate, I found some document, and according to that document, I make some documents and I put in the book, including his photos and lot
It's
many
a
other
proof
things.
that Pakistan army killed your father brutally.
It's proof that Pakistan army. That's why after the war, during March, again, one of the brother, this middle brother, came to us, and the Burma-Eastern guy, because the Burma-Eastern guy was a smart guy. He communicated with the Inayat Rasul. He came to Dhaka and contact with Inayat Rasul and get our address. Now, they said they moved to Muhammadpur as a refugee in November. Then I understand the wind is not good. He also tell me that what happened is not good. What's happening is not good. What happened is not good, and it will continue. He also said that. But they stayed in their business and they left the business in November. Both of them, the business, the house where we sheltered, and Samsuddin, the owner of the Burmese. They came to Muhammadpur and living as a very bad condition and getting refugee from the Red Cross. And they came. And we talked with them. We also request them that we can support you, we can help you, whatever you need. And my brother told that on February, we send a FIR to Lalmonirhat Thana.
Okay.
For what? not for my father's case, because that was done by the Major Sherul Sherul Rahman, commanding Major Sherul Rahman.
He was
So
29
it
cavalry
was,
major.
according to the government, it was done by the war crime. It's a separate case, and the war criminal is in
Sherur Rahman
India.
also killed Indian soldiers, 22 Rajput people.
There was some fighting. When fighting happened, bullet doesn't understand who is
Yeah,
killing
tank
them.
battle of Kushtia. He killed a lot of captured Indian
No,
soldiers.
that Sherul different. Okay. Then he was transferred to Sherul Rahman. Yes, yes.
Right, right,
He
right.
was a tankman. He was a tank guy. So in Lalmonirhat, he came as a risk help, just for a help, instead of Izaz. When Izaz was killed, he took over and he did give the lead. So in the beginning, as long as he was in Lalmonirhat, he was doing this. Then definitely he was transferred to his own command. Own command. So Sherul Rahman was in the list, was also a war crime
He is a
this
war
list.
criminal, yeah.
Yes. So even you see, when we didn't put Sherul Rahman, but we put Ziyarat Ali and his brother Haider Ali and some others, including the person whom I know, my Tufail, Hasnat, and Khandakar Belayat Hussain. And Khandakar Belayat Hussain's wife was the witness. My mother was the witness of the incident of our abduction, but they are not witness of the killing. So on that day, 6 people was killed by Haider Ali's group, Ziyarat Ali's group, and it was continued otherwise. Now, when I meet with some other people, they also tell the story. Most of them are illiterate village people, so they cannot memorize that exact date. They cannot, even they don't know his date of birth. So,
Right.
right? He don't know the date of birth. He don't know where is Sylhet is, where is Rangpur is. But for me, when I was in the school, we are exposed to English newspaper, the Pakistan Observer and Ittifaq, Bengali newspaper. We are exposed to Newsweek. We are exposed to Reader Digest. Reader Digest is continuously, my father was a member and it was posted from Hong Kong. And by mail it was used every month. And we had a big collection of the Reader Digest. Lots of other things. So our outlook, you cannot match with other illiterate people's outlook and thinking of that time. So when I decide that, okay, these date are things, and close my eyes, sitting in a dark, closed room, and think about what's happened after, what's happened before. When I was hiding in the first store, how the door was, why I'm not getting. The store was a tailor store, paddle swing machine. Maybe the owner took the machine or it was looted, so there was no machine, but the lots of cut pieces of clothing scattered. So I understand this is a tailor's store, but the door was wooden door, two planks door, and the door was open. I entered, and there was no window in the back, only the door. The light comes. If I close the door, they will think that somebody inside the door. Let's check. So I left the door open, and I was door and the CI sheet wall. I was hiding, just opening the door, just there. And in their hinge, I can see what is happening. The mandir was burned. The masjid is there, and there is only a meter or 1.5 meter wide between mandir and masjid. This is a unique situation. In Bangladesh, there is no mandir, no masjid side by side, so close. And they are doing prayer and puja for almost 100 years. But the masjid is new. Masjid is new. Masjid built during 1930s.
Still, it's a secular. I mean,
That
I
means,
think the entire environment
that
is very
means
secular.
the secular, during British period, yes, but some land has been grabbed from the mandir because it was a bazaar. It's called Old Market, Old Bazaar. So the masjid was there. The masjid was built after the mosque was built. And 2015, it was a heavy rain, and there was not enough space to do the salat, Eid Zamat. So in the mandir there is they call Nach Ghar, we call hall. Hall room is empty. They uh, covered the Kali part and leave the other part for prayers. And these people did the prayers, no harm.
Right.
Even the puja is going on and the salat is going on and the tent is there, people are sitting. Nowadays, police are guarding that.
This is
But in
true
those days,
secularism, sir.
you need
This is true secularism, I guess.
in those days it is done by the present situation.
Right.
Present situation. So somebody need a matchstick to light up the whole city. A matchstick. So some people are there who light up the matchstick. So in the genocide part, I will say more genocide done by the Bengalis and because they guide the army.
Right, right, right.
They took the army to the village, they pointed out and they massacre done. Massacre done after the Operation Searchlight, massacre done whole 9 months. Even just before the surrender, massacre done in Dhaka, outside Dhaka, other cities. It is not only that Rayar Bajar is the only celebrity
Many places.
Shaheed.
I
Because
mean,
the government
yeah,
set it like that. Only those are the Shaheed who was that died and killed in Razabad. That's wrong.
that's wrong.
If a professor died in Dinajpur, he is a professor. If a doctor died in Kushtia, he is also killed. But the government set up like these people are the celebrity. That's mistake. So I sometimes oppose that because if a person is human being is human being. So there was some death also in India because of this cholera, dysentery during the birth period, malnutrition. How many of
These
them
were the
died?
cases
The
of
refugee.
refugees.
Yes. So they are not. They are also died. So you have to count them also.
Right.
That you have to count, and the count number is not the main interest here. If you read the book of Jacob, when he was flying, changing his helicopter on 16 December, he is changing his helicopter in Jasor. During the change time, he saw a small Cessna plane flying out. He asked question where he is going. Was he is guiding the artillery. Hey, get it down. The war is finished. If a single soldier killed, it is my responsibility. I have to bring all the able people to their mother. Right? So that aircraft come down that because the fighting was still going on in Khulna. You see that Sherur Rahman tanks was still active
Right.
on 16th. They surrender on 17th. So while the surrender done, the main question again I'm coming, it was done on paper. Niazi sign on a paper and hand over as a sign of surrender his revolver to Baroda. But all the soldiers, all the officers didn't surrender with their arms. They keep their arms so that on that guarantee, until enough Indian soldier come to protect you. Until enough soldier come to protect you, keep it on. So that was fantastic. And also, our misery is this. In my family, now it is 4 people dead. My son always asks this question, how it's happened? Why you get married? Why bring the number 4 in the same room? We got married because he was in T, I was in T. We got introduced. We know their family before I joined in the T.
Right.
We know that family. So now it is quite the sad part. You said, do you feel some? Yes, I feel sorrow. The sorrow is inside because all those killed, most of them was not recognized by the government, not recognized by anybody. They are in a number only. When some big meeting happens, the man comes and says, this number was killed, this number was raped. I ask them, do you know any of them? They keep mum. Even they couldn't tell the date, doesn't know the story, doesn't think. Then I started to write in 2015-16 in English. And I got some Indian friends, some Pakistani friends also. Those who read that English part and become my friend and follower. And they have their own side story. And I always tell them, when in the court, a criminal stand in the box, he always take an oath, either Ramayana, either Bible or Quran. He said that I will tell the story truth. Whatever I tell, all the truth, nothing but the truth. I will not hide anything. But court doesn't stop on that. Court doesn't say, okay, you are free to go. The court goes in the with the witness and with the proof, and then decide whether you did the crime or not the crime. Thank you very much. Thank you such a long time. I never talked, and I salute you. Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, sir, for being here. Thank you so much for speaking, and my heart goes out to your family for how much they have suffered.